Welcome back to Once Upon a Time in Gaming, where today we are going to be reviewing whether Alien Isolation for the Xbox, PlayStation 3, 4, whatever it may be, is SmackCertified. I'm struggling to see. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, looking at you, I feel like I'm looking at like a soulless abyss. I don't know what's happening. It makes me uncomfortable.
You guys play anything else?
I was playing Morrowind.
You did.
Morrowind.
I was confused why
Original
you played Morrowind.
Xbox?
The original
Yeah.
Xbox.
Oh,
It still
nice.
kind of plays like crap.
You can do it backwards compatible, right? Or back.
It's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
You just play it straight
Oh, there
up.
you go. That's the way you did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, there's no achievements. So joke's on you.
Okay. I did play Plague's Tale, Requiem.
Oh, the second
I
one.
I
need
saw
to
you
get-
post that on Instagram.
I did.
What's
Yeah.
your...
At
do you have-
Dreamlight David?
Oh, there you go.
Dreamlight David.
Yeah. Dreamlight David. Dreamlight David.
I think I might follow
Call me
that.
David. Dreamlight David.
I think I follow that.
Spider-Man. I think you do.
Yeah.
I don't have anything, so...
So who are you supposed to be?
Who am I supposed to be?
Yeah.
I can't. You're talking to me or talking to this guy here?
Everyone
I'll
knows.
let you guess.
I mean, it's pretty obvious,
Yeah, I mean,
right?
there's a logo
maybe
here.
there's someone out there who doesn't know.
I'm Wario.
Wario, okay.
Yeah.
And
Wario.
Rich Tendo, who are you?
It's me, Mario.
That actually was pretty solid.
That was good.
And,
He's been practicing.
I practiced that.
Jared, you
I'm
are.
just Luigi. I'm not doing that.
It sounded just like Luigi, always like upset.
I'm not doing that.
And
I
I'm
don't like Mario.
your friendly neighborhood squeezed into a skin suit Spider-Man.
Is that the full name? I thought it was a lot shorter than that.
That's his name.
Okay.
Nice
Cool.
touch on the pumpkin, though. I like that.
The jack-o'-lantern.
So you just want to get into it?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
I was waiting.
You're in charge.
Yeah, well, I just want to make sure. And we discussed something a little earlier, so once again, I really can't.
Your face, you're like
Yeah, if you
crooked.
wanna
It's like
take it
crooked,
off,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
perfectly fine.
I'll just leave it for now.
Okay.
Anyways, welcome back to Once Upon a Time in Gaming. Today we are going to revisit Alien Isolation. I almost said Resurrection because that's the other game we played. This was, I don't even know where the hell I'm going. This is like pushing up on my face, so I'm struggling. I'm not going to lie. Anyways, we're going to revisit Alien Isolation for X. You guys all played on Xbox?
Yep.
It is on PS3,
On Game Pass.
PS3, PS4. I'm sure it's on multiple things.
Mhm.
This was my choice. I feel like it's right up the horror alley with the xenomorph and the creepy nature of that, I guess, creature. So
Alien.
that's why I chose it. So I guess we'll just jump right into it, and I'm going to go with, and I'm not going to do your thing that
Yeah,
you
that's my
did.
thing.
I'm going to start with Rich Tendo.
Ooh.
What were
Well,
your
I'd say
first
Rich
takeaways
Mario.
when you went back in to play this game?
So, I had only played it
Mario voice.
like maybe 2 years ago was the first time I played it, and I didn't make it too far. And so when I revisited it now, I asked you, how far do I have to go to really get a taste of the game?
I'd say about 2.5.
And I went for 4. I went for 4 hours, and I liked it. I think I was happy. It was. I mean, I think I got a copy of it from GameStop a few years ago. It was the buy 2 get 2 or something like that. So I got it for a pretty good price. But I was playing it in the living room on my Series X, and then when I went to the bedroom, I wanted to play it too. But I forgot that one was the Series S, so I had to download it on Game Pass, which was kind of cool. And then the files just transferred over
yeah, it
very
does like
easily.
the cloud
Yeah.
saving or whatever.
So
yeah.
that was cool. That's pretty much just an Xbox thing, though, not really a game thing. As far as the game went, I enjoyed it. I think I'm not the typical person that I think would play this game, but I had fun. I don't want to badmouth it yet. I have some stuff I want to badmouth about it, but I'll leave that for
That's a
later.
little hook there.
How many times did you get scared while playing it?
One time I got scared.
Like legitimately, like you're like, oh man, I'm scared.
Legitimately got scared one time, and I don't really even remember why, but I remember jumping, my heart racing a little bit. It wasn't a cheap scare though, so I know Jared would appreciate
yeah.
it.
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, I think I got scared one time. Again, I did play it. I made sure I played it at night in the dark,
Headphones
lights
on?
off. No, my headphones are here, so I didn't play it with headphones on. But one scare, there was, like I said, some things I didn't like about it. I don't know if you want me to get into that now, or you want to save how much.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
we get into everything that we all didn't like at a later point.
Okay,
And we'll
that's fair.
talk about what Jared liked about the game, I guess. Or beret Jared didn't like about the game.
So as soon as you
Luigi.
start the game, and it gives you that 20th Century Fox logo,
Dun-dun-dun,
yeah, it's like, okay,
dun-dun-dun.
this is. It gives you that old school vibe,
So
like
you
you're
got the
actually.
fills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I love the part when it starts. It has her voice talking, like Sigourney Weaver talking about like Dallas and everybody's dead.
Final report of the commercial starship Nostromo. Third officer reporting. The other members of the crew: Kane, Lambert, Parker, Brett.
And then like she signs off, and then it instantly kicks in. I can't take him serious like that. It instantly kicks in to where that guy, or he comes up and telling you that your mom's ship's been found or something. And so it kind of takes off from there. It starts off really slow though.
It
And
is
you
a slow burn.
wake up and it's like, oh, find this person, and you got to go walk, and that person's already awake, and you have to get dressed. So it kind of starts off a little slow. But I like the fact that it does have that old 80s, late 70s, early 80s feel, like you're really there.
Like during the
So,
movie time.
so
yeah, when the movie came
the
out.
atmosphere is fantastic. Am I like
Yeah.
slurring? 'Cause-
No, you're good.
yeah,
No, you sound
it's
great.
the atmosphere. It gives you that atmosphere like you're really in the first movie.
Yeah,
So
I think that was-
really like that.
Agree with that. Like it felt like you were actually part of the Alien movies.
Yeah.
Right. I think that was a cool thing to me. Probably the coolest thing. So I definitely agree with you.
I
on
like
that
the
one.
save file too, and you stick it in there. and
Yeah, that was
doot,
pretty cool.
doot, doot, and then you have to pull it out.
I'm not normally a fan of the games where you have to go like Resident Evil-ish. You can only save in one area.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who, well, you are too,
I'm
apparently.
more the
like
guy, yeah.
oversaver. Hey, Spider-Man. But it was cool that you stick the thing in and
Yeah.
But it added to the atmosphere for sure, because
yeah.
now I'm nervous
You
the
get-
whole
yeah.
time. I did a long corridor, a long level, and I have to find that save point. Otherwise, I have to redo the whole thing, knowing I'm
yeah.
gonna get.
And I had to
pushed
redo
back.
it a couple times. One time I went to save it. Sorry to go off on a tangent, and I got
Yeah, you were done.
the alien stuck his thing through me like this, and I died.
Still,
And it had words on the screen, and when it kept
Said you
reloading my file, the words stayed on the screen until I shut the system down and went back in. But
like
it was weird.
bugged
like a
out on
glitch,
you.
yeah.
did you have to go back to previous save, or the new
No,
save still worked when
the
you
new
shut
save
everything
still
down?
the new save still worked. Yeah.
So he wasn't there when you loaded up. So you basically did save, and you didn't get pierced.
No,
pierced on
I
it.
meant the save before.
Oh,
he
'cause
killed,
that never counted.
He
That-
killed me before I
Got
saved.
it,
Yeah,
got it.
100%.
Okay, what about you, David?
Jesus.
Dreamlight David?
You gonna add something in there? A little spark.
Yeah, I'm not that. I can't do that.
I definitely agree. The atmosphere, I think, right off the bat, it was top notch. I definitely felt like, along with the graphics, I mean, we say sound all the time, but in regards to like getting you in the moment, I like this game probably the best we've played so far, as the story getting me into the action. I think there was a lot more motivation. If you're really thinking character perspective, I really understood the main character's reasoning. Like, her mom's been gone for 15 years. She wanted to kind of figure out what happened. Didn't expect her to be alive, but wanted to kind of get the black box and see, what actually happened so long ago. So as far as motivation goes, I was definitely into that part, why I'm on the ship and why each of the tasks were needed to get to the end game, since I did finish the whole thing.
So you did mention, though, it's a slow starter.
Yeah.
Slow burn.
I didn't
I
mind
think
that.
that was what you said.
yeah.
He didn't mind it, yet last week you guys were like, "Oh, the game starts so slow," and with Eternal Darkness, which is a much
But there's
is
a
a
bigger
great game.
difference.
But this one you're like, "Well, I like the slow burn." That kind of hurts my feelings. I feel like now.
Well,
you
it's
just
because
forced
I
anything.
feel like the motivation didn't match. Like, the cops suck. I'm gonna go do their job. Compared to like, hey, I'm like, the whole longing for your parent who's been gone for so long. Like, that's something that people can really.
Yeah, the build up
gravitate toward.
the build up made sense in this game. Whereas
Yeah.
in Eternal
Mm.
Darkness, it was almost like this is just the cop being terrible. It was just a plot device to move
Mm-hmm.
you forward. Whereas this one actually has
But
you
see,
invested.
I don't think she was doing her job. We're not going to go back.
Yeah,
to
we're
that
talking
one, I'm
about
sorry, but
Alien
I think you're
Isolation, I
wrong.
believe.
but
I was
that's fine.
consistent though. I said that they're slow for both games.
Yeah,
So
you're
I'm
the only
consistent.
one here that's
Yeah.
ever consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I guess the number one thing I like about it is if you were to pop in, I think is it 1978 Alien or 79?
79.
79.
Thank you.
So in 1979, like if you were to pop that movie in and then you played this game, you would feel like you're in that movie or just right. Like the set, the way they designed everything was perfect. Everything with like the little meter you get to like detect where it's at, like how when you look at it, it blurs everything else in the background. Then when you take it down, this is blurred. And you can see or whatever it may be. Even like the lighting effects of like when you use the flamethrower or things like that, just it was really well done. If you're willing to get through, it was a little longer than I remember, like the slow burn part, because I'm going off of I previously beat it. I would say the last 75% of the game is definitely where it begins to take off, and you have to go back and open certain doors or whatever it may be. And now that alien is in that area where you previously went in, you didn't even know he was there. Now he's there. Only thing I would say is this game is not canon for anybody. If you're like, oh, is this a sequel to the Alien movie? No, because in Aliens, the second movie, they basically say, oh no, your daughter died.
It's just attached to the first one, basically.
Yeah, it's basically kind of like
its own thing.
It'll split off of its own nature.
Well, I do want to say in regards to back at the beginning how it kind of goes slow. The reason I did like that is other games, and I'm not a big scary game guy, as you know. I went to your house and watched a movie. It was Hell House, like a really cheap movie. I get scared pretty easily as far as
Hell House.
it was
Hell House, LLC.
Hell House. Yeah, LLC, my bad.
Never heard of it.
I gotta take the.
But it's a low budget movie. Basically, anyway, I'm not going to what it's about. But the idea of what I like is like Outlast. The build up of when is the alien going to show up, or when are the monsters, or when are the evil creatures going to show up, gets me. I'm literally anticipating it and nervous, walking slow for the whole slow section at the beginning because I know it's out there, but I don't know when it's going to appear.
How many times did you die, you think?
Overall?
Yeah.
Oh,
Guess.
Probably more than 30 times, to be quite honest.
Yeah, you're gonna die a lot, and a lot of it's in the same spot.
And it's not just that. There's the androids that remind me of Michael Myers. There's just the little.
I don't
things
like the
you
androids.
miss. Am I the only one who thinks it's like Michael? They walk really slow behind you. They eventually catch up almost all the time, and then they like to choke you out, which is basically Michael Myers.
Michael kind of likes to rip your face off too, though.
First he chokes, he chokes, and then he does the rest.
I think that was my biggest gripe with the game was the androids. And I get it, you need another bad guy, some baddies.
Yeah.
Right? You need some more baddies in the game. They were just, and again, I'm the kind of person, if somebody comes and fights me, I'm going to try and kill him. So I'm bashing this dude over the head like 1,000 times, and he's catching it every time.
You got a sneak attack. The first one's for free. After that, they catch it.
Yeah, and that was that was kind of a downside to me. I didn't get enough of. I don't know. I want to fight things. You know, if they're there, I want to fight them. I don't want to run away. But that's just my style of game.
So you kind of want more Resident Evil?
Well, he wants
definitely. I like. I love Resident Evils. Yeah, but except for the save thing, I'm not a big fan of that.
Okay. We have a friend here.
So the androids were the worst part for me.
I agree.
Outside of that, everything we've touched on was spot on.
Yeah, this game is a lot more Alien, where like you cannot get away from the alien. It's unstoppable. You can't kill it. And not Aliens, where they have like machine guns and they're blowing them away. So I didn't mind it because I knew going into it, it was going to be more of like a game of like cat and mouse. And it was like getting from point A to point B, and how do I get there when you hear this thing in the vents. or a little in the floor or whatever it may be.
Or his acid dripping from top of the vent.
The vents,
Well, and I think if you're a big Alien fan, like this is right up your alley. But if you're just kind of a layman, like I like Covenant and I like some of the newer ones, but the original ones I've never been like that big into. So maybe that's why it's a little different.
So you like Covenant more than the original ones?
Well, I like
the new stuff.
Yeah, I like newer.
Wow, that's a hot take.
Dolby Vision, looking nice and
just a
crisp
rich
and
take.
clear. I didn't say they're better than the first one. I said I actually watched Covenant and some of those before I watched the first one. So, and I like, whatever.
Covenant was trash, dude.
I mean, we all have our own opinion, but we're not covering
It was
that.
almost as bad as that hat you brought last week.
Oh, the wicker hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
So you didn't like Covenant.
It was
We
the
saw them
alien.
later.
The alien looked cool.
Did you like
but-
Prometheus?
Yeah, because I thought it was going to go a certain way, but the ending was dumb. But everyone knows that. But we're
Whatever.
getting off on a tangent.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Anything else you did not like?
Well, oh, we went to okay.
Well, I got one more
You
thing.
said
Yeah.
the androids.
The androids,
Androids are bad,
and it was very, very, very dark all the time, and maybe I just didn't mess with my settings enough to
The
brighten
gamma?
it up a little
Supposed to be
bit.
dark, yeah.
It was
There's like a million flares. in the game.
annoyingly dark, to where like I play Resident Evil. It's dark, but you can still get around.
Yeah.
Some of this was like I ran into, especially when you're in the little
vents?
holes, the vents.
Yeah.
You're going straight, and you're like, wait, I got to go this way, and then fall.
Use
So-
your flashlight.
No, but that was the thing too. What button was for flashlight? Why?
Yeah.
It wouldn't work in mine. For some reason, I got
Yeah, so
batteries. It would never
that's
work.
one of the things with the game. It does have some glitches in it. Like the
Yeah.
alien will get stuck in the doorway sometimes. And he
Okay,
just
then I don't
stands
feel
there.
so bad.
Yeah, it has a tendency of having glitches in it.
Yeah.
So it kind of takes the scary factor away when you just see him stuck in the doorway.
On
And
a
you
side,
can sneak right behind him.
On a side note, those little vents, they look like buttholes.
Wow.
They did.
I thought they almost looked more like an engine. You know what I mean, or like a whatever you'd call it. But your butthole. I don't. Never. We're not going down that one.
No, it did
Anyway.
look like a butthole. I'm
What
sorry.
else? What did you dislike, Jared?
Pretty much the androids. I mean, other than that,
Damn.
What?
No, I'm just surprised.
Oh.
I mean, I understand why they're not.
they just
really-
seem kind of lame. They're just kind of there.
They don't really fit. I
Yeah,
feel.
they're just kind of there,
And
and
if
then
you get to the end of the game, I think it makes a
Yeah,
lot more sense.
yeah.
But I
It
get
is-
how they're irritating.
If
for
if
sure.
I have to play 12 hours to understand why this bad guy's here, then I
It's
feel
like-
like
No,
most people won't.
it doesn't have.
it's at some points they're more irritating and tougher than the actual alien. Like they're just there.
I mean, they're for a distraction. So now if you're trying to
It's just
mess
a
with
bad
them,
gameplay.
alien comes
It's
out and
really
takes you
boring.
out.
That's fine, but you can have something else in the game that isn't as you could have had little alien babies or something.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. That
Did
doesn't break the game though. I'm just saying that they are irritating, but it's something you can look past. You just
Yeah,
deal with them
I
and kind of That doesn't like say this game sucks now. It's just something that you could do without or less of.
I played on the easiest of modes,
did too.
and they were
You went
still
easiest?
extremely difficult to
on
kill.
novice. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're kind of missing a little bit of the point. Is that you're like it's too dark. I'm like, you're in a spaceship with no power.
That's basically.
That's
Lost
easy.
in
That's
orbit.
fine, but if you put something,
Why are
on-
there androids going crazy? It's like, well, these androids are here to keep this ship operational, and now there's a foreign entity who has no identification on the ship. That's
So
why
in the
they're-
first Alien movie, did they have a bunch of androids running around the ship?
they had one, but they're on a tiny ship.
Okay.
This is like a space station.
What is that noise?
Come on, what noise? What's it sound like?
No, that's what I was asking because
Probably
maybe
my
maybe
breath.
they're less annoying if I would have known what they were. I just knew they were
Yeah.
they were like literally everywhere. They were
Well, that's what's funny is when he said he wanted to play this game, that's the first thing I thought was irritating androids. Because I remember when he first played it, he could not stand them either.
Well, yeah, no, they suck.
Yeah, they
but
suck
I
bad.
also understand the point why they're
well,
there.
and they're not
yeah.
like he said they're not game breaking, but I hated them.
Yeah.
I mean, simply put. And I was playing on a higher end TV, and no, I'm just saying I wasn't
Yeah.
playing on some garbage TV where somebody's going to be in the comments, get a better TV. No.
Well, let's just get comments first, then we'll be happy with it.
But you know what I mean? Like, those are the two things that I didn't like. And then to say, use the flashlight. So if the game glitches and you can't use the flashlight, you just can't see?
flares.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well, you
God.
could use flares or the flamethrower. I think the only thing that was irritating to me was, and I get it, it's alien. You're supposed to be helpless, but like when you have the flamethrower, you can use the flamethrower and the alien will like go back up into a vent.
Yeah.
And you turn around and then he just comes right back out of the vent. Like he's not even like, oh. It's like he knows. It's like the game knows like that the flamethrower is not registering there anymore. Where like I feel like this was the original movie when she pumped that
He, like, left
flamethrower at
for a
him,
while.
he was gone. He was like, "What the hell was that?" Came back and murdered everyone later. But
Now in my head, and that's the way I played it. Essentially, I treated it like he was learning. I know this is more like the movie and the game, and I felt like eventually when I used the flamethrower, he was there more often. But initially, he kind of disappeared for a long period of time. So I realized that
Maybe,
it wasn't
yeah.
too detrimental to him or her, and attacked.
yeah, I mean the alien looked good. Looked just like the alien, right? I thought
Oh,
the
it was
kill
scary.
animations were really cool.
Well, when he first came down from the vent,
Yeah.
Was
like
just
that
like-
was like
yeah.
spot
When you're
on.
hiding under the
That was
desk, right?
It was
really
like
cool.
the tail goes right
Yeah.
between you.
Yeah.
or when he kills that first guy, was his name like Rieger or something? You know that guy's gonna die, right?
Oh, yeah,
That's
it's
the
obvious,
very
yeah.
first guy. You're like, he's toast. This poor guy.
What
He's
was his name?
I did think it was cool how you would hear the people screaming like at the alien, like if you
Axel.
like you throw like a Axel. If
You
you
get
throw
Rieger from.
if you throw like I don't know like a noisemaker towards like other humans on the
Yeah.
ship, and then the alien will come out and then they're trying to fight it and you're just like
Yeah.
scurrying through the buttholes, going around.
The vents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like I thought that was cool because like you can literally hear them like oh god.
Like when you first see him kill all those people in the room,
yeah
that big room, he's just like slaughtering everybody. You try to sneak by.
Yeah.
and it doesn't really end well if you don't do it right.
Yeah. That was cool.
Because I like the way you can almost open a door, you think you're there, and then all of a sudden it goes through your stomach.
Yeah.
And you're done.
Well, I had the opposite where I opened the door.
Ah.
I thought he was back there, opened it right in front of me.
Oh no.
So it was pretty scary.
There is some times where it could get tedious depending on where he comes out, especially if you up the difficulty.
Which is a Bradley classic.
If you go into like I don't even know, there's like later in the game where it's like you have to do like 2 to 3 things, like you have to turn the power on this and then that.
The
and
east
it's like,
side, west
whatever
side,
it may be. And it's like once you do one, he's constantly roaming this room where it does feel. And once again, I get it. That's the whole point of the game. But it does feel like more of a chore to like, oh, let me lay underneath this gurney
and wait.
and then he goes back up in the vent, and then you get up, and then he's back out, go underneath this gurney. It kind of feels more of just like a fetch mission.
Mm-hmm.
And then for you to die because you get impatient, and there's only one save point, that can get tedious and turn some people off. But
Okay, so
all in all, that's the atmosphere.
hate to
of the
go
game.
there yet again, but would you say this AI is good or better than Mr. X? Do you think Mr. X
Well, I would say this
Who's
game
Mr. X?
from Resident Evil 2?
2013, 2014. I mean, to be honest, they're both kind of the same. Obviously, Mr. X is a little better, but he's also not around as long, and the game's not technically built around him. This game is built around the entire alien.
Yeah.
I'd say they're pretty comparable, but
Well, I mean, I just don't feel
From
like
room
he's
to
as
room-
I don't feel like he's as tedious than the Xenomorph.
yeah, but you have to think of it this way, though. Mr. X, if you go into save rooms, he can't go in.
That's true. Yeah.
The alien can go anywhere the hell he wants.
That's true.
That's his ship. You're a guest.
Yeah.
That's true. I think, and I want to go to one thing I didn't like for me was, again, back at the intro, even though I did like it, the way I would play it in my head is that she has no idea what's happening. She just basically kind of crashed onto a ship to figure out what happened to her mom. And granted, there's nobody really around, and then you hear people running, which kind of sets the tone and the atmosphere. You don't know what they're running from, but there's little indicators, like you go to the locker and it says, hold A to hide. That I mean, granted, that's for me as a player, but I don't think that should be there yet, because now I know, oh, these are things that I need to do before the alien even shows his face. So I think it's like preemptive that they should take that away. Not that they're going to do it, but they should have got rid of that because that's too early.
You did
So I never
plug
beat
in
the
a
game.
called
I
Alien
know,
Isolation.
I understand, but I'm just thinking about the character's perspective. They
So
would
I-
have no clue what's happening.
I never beat it. Did she ever find out what happened to her mom?
A little bit. It was like spoilers.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want, you can.
But basically, he ends up hearing a recording through, I think, one of the computer systems, and it's almost like a goodbye, like, "Hey, I'm okay, I got away," and just kind of tells what happened on her side. It's very short, though.
Yeah, so basically what it's supposed to be, it's like, remember when in the first movie, if you've seen it, she defeats the alien, she shoots him out of the airlock, and then she basically signs off on that message.
Yeah.
It just adds a little bit of that sign off about how she's going to go into like cryo sleep or whatever before she gets picked up, obviously.
So is it Sigourney
Aliens.
Weaver's voice? Or is it?
100%.
It
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
going
okay.
to say, if it's not, then this lady knows what the
I
heck
noted
she's
that. It was
doing,
pretty
yeah.
sick.
Oh, okay. So you know when it comes to sound.
So
you know.
was the payoff worth it?
Like the end?
Yeah,
Well,
like
no.
you play 12 hours. And,
To be
and
honest,
what do
I
you get?
like
Like,
the
did you-
end a
yeah.
lot because something happens that you probably wouldn't expect. But at the same time, yeah, I think like the whole third act is really good. But at the same time, it's not canon. So I was just like, I don't really care too much about what happens because
Yeah.
I know this game is not.
How long did it
following.
take you guys to complete it? Would you say
Ooh,
for somebody
fir-
looking to play the game from beginning to end?
I'd say close-
14 hours?
Was it
First time I
14
played
for
it.
you?
It took me a long time because I looked for every
I
little
thought it was a
detail.
lot more than that.
Yeah.
I would say probably close to 30
Wow.
to finish the game.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about learning curve, weapons, dying, repeating sections over and over again if you don't make it all the way to a save point. So
Well, it says 18 hours.
is it 18?
Yeah.
Then I way overshot that.
Yeah.
Yep.
It might have been shorter, but it felt long.
I could see Brad beating it in 13 or 14.
Yeah.
He seems like he's proficient.
No, it probably was like it was probably like 18. I probably beat it in exactly 18
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, I think that's what they're judging
The
it off of
reference,
how
yeah,
fast
they,
you
they
Yeah.
got
beat
that
it.
from me. Yeah. I do like the little. They have a lot of Easter eggs, obviously, and you can look for them. But one of them is like the little water duck. You know, like those little toy ducks.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you feed it water. And well, that was obviously, and I think it was Dallas's in the original movie. It was like on his little console or whatever. I thought that was cool. I love the monitors. I feel like the monitors make you feel like you're in the movie, like when you're typing.
Yeah,
or-
those
Yeah.
cool ones.
Yeah.
and little things you have to do to open doors can get kind of tedious. But even like the what's the first thing you get? It's like a crowbar.
Yeah.
And you take the thing, even just like the detail on all the stuff was just like, you can tell they really cared about
Well,
this game. Yeah.
for being Xbox One, right? That's what this one was.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was playing it on, it looked amazing. I mean, here we are 10, was it almost 8 years, 9 years ago?
You thought so? I thought the graphics were kind of little.
No,
flat.
For
but-
2013.
But for I'm
Yeah.
talking about for back then, you're
Yeah.
like, dude, this is. I had a little bit of issues with some things, but again, comparing it to some of the other stuff of that time,
Yeah.
dude, it was solid. Like that part, I'll give you, even if I couldn't see half of it, because it was so dark.
Oh yeah.
Well, what did you think of the voice acting?
I thought it was good. It starts off great with her voice,
Right.
right away. So I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a banger.
Yeah.
So I thought
A
the
heater. It's gonna be a heater.
So I thought the voice acting was good. I just didn't like that guy's face. The first guy I talked to, it was weird.
Okay.
So it kind of
Yeah.
it took me out of it. But she was great. And I know it's weird to say that, but every time I play a first-person game, you guys are probably call me weird, is I look down to see if I have legs.
Yeah.
And when I saw she had legs, I was like, okay, it makes it better because there's more detail. And then instead of you playing like the original Halo, I think you look down and he looks like he's just floating.
Unless you play the remaster.
Well, or the new Halo, I think you see his legs. But when you look down and you see she has legs, it's like, okay, there's
That's
more.
literally the first thing you do.
I did
Always.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
And accidentally kicked the shoes.
Yeah, I
little
kicked the shoes
slippers.
too. Yeah, I
Whoops.
did that. I looked down, I was like, oh, I kicked the shoes. Little
Yeah.
slippers by the bed or whatever it is, that
So
sleeping thing.
The first guy you come across is the android guy, right? He's like the friendly android, I think. Yeah. I think that's what they call him.
No, I'm talking about the first guy at the
Samuels.
very beginning.
Talking about Samuels?
Talking
When,
about
when she's welding or whatever she's doing. What is she welding? I don't know what she's
yeah.
doing.
Yeah, she was welding. He's like, oh, we found some information. Yeah.
And she gives him a drink and all that.
Yeah.
Cool. Want to move on to like Metacritic,
Yeah.
price, stuff like that? What do you got for us?
Metacritic. It is PC is 81. These all at 100, of course. PS4 79, Xbox One 78.
Okay.
IGN has a 5.9 out of 10.
And then what's it cost today?
PS3 is about 15, PS4 is 21, 360 is 11, Xbox is 15. So 21 is the most I see for PS4.
Did we say what year it came out?
The game
Yeah.
it was released October 7th, 2014,
2014.
and
Okay.
then it came out on
8 years.
December 5th, 2019 for the Switch. So not that long ago,
There you
actually.
go, dude.
It was $34.99 on the Switch.
And you said Xbox 360, so they released it on the 360.
Yeah,
and
it
the
was.
Xbox
It
One?
was on a lot of consoles.
That makes sense.
It was on
they're still releasing games for both.
PS3, PS4, Windows, 360, Xbox One,
I'll have to play it on the PC.
Linux, OS X, Nintendo
PC, Brad.
Switch, Luna,
So everything.
Android,
So
and
Nintendo
iOS.
Switch, was that just like a cloud version?
Everything.
I don't remember seeing
It's probably a digital,
cartridge for
yeah,
that.
it's
It's got to be
probably
like a
digital
cloud.
version.
You're Rich Tender,
I don't.
dude. You
I don't
tell
even
us.
think the Switch can can handle that.
That's a weird game to play on the Switch.
Yeah, that would
'Cause
be.
if you get scared, you're just like, ah.
if you're playing in
I would just,
handheld
I would
mode.
just try not to
Yeah.
touch it. That's true. You could dock
You know, I
it.
didn't even notice
Yeah.
when you took off your mask.
Yeah. Friendly neighborhood Spider. All right, so we're gonna do something new here. This is actually an idea that
I think
Rich
we,
Tendo.
Yeah.
I think we
Well,
had it
no,
as
you pitched it, and then we were all like, "What a wonderful idea!"
yeah.
Is that how it went?
No, I don't think that's how
Oh,
it happened.
okay.
But anyways, it's gonna be a new part of the episode where we're gonna kick it to producer Rich. We're gonna give him 15 seconds.
No screen time. though.
15 seconds, like flat. No
Yeah.
more, no less. When
Dude.
we say it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
You could put a counter on
If
the
you
screen
go over,
with your editing.
you will be severely
You'll be
punished.
shamed.
But anyways, we're gonna kick it to you, and we say go. He's gonna hit the timer. You got 15 seconds. Hit us with as many facts as you can, and do not go over. Starting now.
All right, it's got motion tracking and it's got a flamethrower. Alien can hear you, so if you move around, you can hear it. If you have the Xbox setup, that is. I'm not
Okay.
sure about the other systems. It sold 1 million copies worldwide. It was created by Creative Assembly, or that was developed by, published by
Time.
Sega.
That's it. That's it.
Thank you very
Hey,
much.
that was
Published by
actually
Sega.
pretty
Great.
good.
That was good.
I was impressed. I thought he was going to stutter a little bit
I
more
did.
and stumble, and he actually
He
had
did. He got hung up on the connect thing a little
Yeah.
bit,
Yeah.
and he
A little
you could see he wanted to
wanted
go
to say
back,
it.
but he's like, I gotta move on.
Yeah.
He
I
only
like
got
it.
15
That's
seconds.
impressive.
I
First
like it.
time. Good
That
job.
was pretty
I
good.
like it.
Yeah, I mean, he did go
15.46
4,600.
next
Dare give him
time.
a white glove clap?
All right.
Well, the Spider-Man clap too.
Like a
But I
man at
guess,
work- man at work golf clap.
Yeah, I guess now we'll go on to what you've all been waiting for. Whether this game will be Smack certified or not.
What's Smack Certified?
Smack certified is when we all thank you by the way. Smack certified is when we all agree that this game is basically worth its value today to I guess purchase. Obviously.
Yeah.
And it's basically would be us recommending for you to go pick it up right now and dive in and play it. I guess because you are the leader of this crew with your game Mario, right?
Yeah.
Are you Mario?
It's me.
Yeah,
There he is.
there you go. Yeah, I was trying to like see if
I
you
don't
picked
even
up
know
on it,
why
you didn't,
the
but
hand is-
because you know you're Mario and
Okay.
he's kind of like obviously it's Luigi. We'll go first,
Roll
second,
your
and then
eyes.
third, and then I'll go last. Would you smack certify this game?
So for me, the game was affordable.
Ooh,
It
not
was
going good.
fun. But
Oh,
I knew it was coming.
I will say it is Smack certified.
Oh,
To me, it is
what
Smack
in
certified.
the world just
Here,
happened?
I tricked you with the butt. I
did,
really
you
wanted
did.
to
You tricked
trick
me
you
with
guys.
affordable.
Because it is Halloween, so a trick or a treat hit you guys with a trick.
Oh,
he
this
was
guy's
thinking
good.
about
Hit you
that.
with the
How
trick.
long was he thinking about
Hit you.
that?
It just came to me right now. I think it's Smack certified. I liked that I played 4 or 5 hours. Obviously, I still have 13 more hours to go.
Unless you're me, you got 20 hours ago.
And some of the things that I struggled with, I think might have been on my end. Like I said, I like to play and hit the guys over the head. Maybe I just need to hide from them a little bit more. So I'm not going to blame the game for my play style being faulty. I for 15, I think you said about $15.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth $15. And if you can get it on deal at GameStop or something like, or even on Game Pass just to play, man, it's definitely worth the smacks. Smack certified.
Real quick, I'd like to hear Mario certify it.
It's certified.
With the hand.
His question mark at the end. That was
Yeah,
good.
I got nothing.
Dude, you got a good Mario.
I
Thanks,
like it.
man. I practiced it.
Yeah, just we're not doing that for
I
ours.
guess we're gonna have to kick this over to Beret Jared. Are we calling him Beret Jared?
I've
Or
never
am
I
I
like
just the
that.
only idiot that says
Well,
that?
what do you think, Jared? How do you feel about that?
All of it.
Oh,
Oh,
So
he
he's
likes
Because
it.
it's a Jill Valentine.
you heard it here first. Beret Jared. Put
Because
it
it's
on
a
the
Jill
board.
Valentine beret. It's okay. If it was like another random beret,
Okay.
no.
Like a raspberry.
Oh, didn't you use that joke last time?
I think so. I'll go back to the well.
All right. Anyways, Jared, is this game Beret Jared? Is this game?
Okay,
Smack
so
certified?
sound, I think it's great. Of course, always gonna leave with the sound.
DJ.
Graphics, get a little better.
Wow.
What are you doing?
I was gonna eat a Snicker, but then it was really loud.
I think the fun factor, I think it's really fun.
Oh,
I think it's really fun.
Tell by your eyes.
Wondering where he's coming out of, if it's really him you're hearing, or just some random thing. They try to play with you. Androids suck. Can't get over that. It costs $15.
pricey.
I would pay
Oh, here we go.
25 smacks for this bad
Okay.
boy.
I
thought you
So
were
this
saying
thing
12.
is smack
On
certified.
what
to me.
system?
Xbox, of course,
Okay.
dude.
Okay, just checking.
But if it's on Game Pass for people like cheap guy over here,
Not everyone that has Game Pass
shots
is cheap,
fired.
but he.
oh no, he's cheap. We all know
Yeah.
that. Oh, but to his defense, he's cheap on himself. He's very thoughtful for everybody else.
Yeah.
so
Oh,
we'll give you that.
that was
And
very
we're
sweet.
saying that because we want something nice for Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas
We
is
wanna
coming
make sure-
up.
Absolutely.
Christmas
Oh,
is
I'm gonna
coming
be
up.
out of town, just so you
Hey.
know.
I
Christmas-
think I
Christmas
need an
is coming
extra
up.
large.
Christmas is coming up. There's a lot of Jill Valentine things on eBay that are a little bit pricey for me,
Yeah, I
for
understand.
myself, but since you're so I definitely say smack certified.
Just
Okay,
that's good.
that's 2 smacks out of a potential 2 smacks.
That's
Will
true.
we get the final 2 smacks?
Mm.
Dreamlight David, is this game smack certified?
So you already know I like the intro, as slow as you guys thought it was. I thought it really brought me into the game. I was very intrigued on what was going to happen. Definitely scared me. For someone, based on your appetite, some people don't get scared. I think Jared probably wasn't too scared overall. But someone like myself, this is definitely a scary game. Definitely Halloween themed in regards to the fear. Every time I go into a vent, anytime I go into a desk, in a locker, I'm scared I'm going to die or running to a save point. It had a lot of gadgets to use, so it wasn't just a flamethrower and a gun. You had EMP, you had all this stuff to use. It was very exciting to have different variety. Androids weren't the worst, but they definitely were not the best. The price point is perfect, and I beat the game, so it is Smack certified.
Yeah, I was gonna say you liked it so much you actually
Yeah, I
went
went all the
through
way
and
through.
finished it. Okay, so that leaves me, and I think I'm gonna say something that might be a little weird. I think if you had the ability to save this game whenever you wanted,
It
like
would
you can
take
just
me out
push
of it.
start. I don't think I would certify this game, but the fact that the save files are like far and you have to make your way there makes you really conscious and have to focus on it. I think I have to smack certify the
Yeah.
game, especially at $15, because it makes you want to defeat the alien. And I think the beginning is good. I think the ending's even better, and everything in between tying in. Go watch Alien, the first movie, and pop this puppy in.
That's true.
Pop this puppy in.
Wow. Okay.
So
This is a first. Is this the
I do
first
agree
time?
though.
It's not
Watch
the-
the movie to get the vibe, and then go play the game afterwards.
First time.
No,
no,
it's
there's
not.
Sonic was.
Sonic
No,
was.
this is the second
was all
time.
four.
So
Yeah,
nice try though.
I tried to sneak it in there.
Yeah.
Man.
Sonic's a good
So our,
one.
our second
No, it
4 for
wasn't.
No,
4.
because he's saying, "Is this the first 4 for
Yeah.
4?" No.
This is
Yeah.
the first Halloween
And
edition.
also,
4 for
let me
4.
let me be very clear about my certification here. This is certified not because it's
Why are you
better than
angry
other
all of a sudden?
games, Like personally think Eternal Darkness is a better game, but for $100, it's not certified.
Don't think
This
it's a better
game,
game.
because it's $15, makes it Smack certified to me. To be clear, so your smugness.
Well, and what
was
you have
very
going for you,
disrespectful.
this game is a lot newer compared to the other games
Yeah,
that we
very.
reviewed. So it's
Yeah.
gonna have, even though you don't like the graphics were pretty dang good, especially if you go outside. It looked beautiful.
I
But
just
think that helps.
Not to beat a dead horse or anything, but the atmosphere. Is that a horse
What
sound?
was that?
The atmosphere makes you feel like you're in the movie Aliens.
100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that alone.
Oh.
Chef's kiss.
Jules.
Okay.
All right.
I wish I could edit that in there and just
I
a little
really hope you
couple web on your face.
All right. So that's it for this one. We're moving.
Okay.
So who picks next?
I don't know. Is
You?
it back to
you?
Jared?
I think
No.
you?
David.
It's David.
It's David.
Oh.
It
It's
has
yours?
to be David.
You act like you
Oh,
didn't
I got
know.
And so-
I'm not gonna pretend I know.
So hang on. It's David's pick.
Yep.
And it's no longer Halloween.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Right.
So it doesn't
Well,
have to
it
be
won't
Halloween.
be Halloween.
themed.
Halloween's on the way, but yeah.
So
Well, in this video world,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
understand.
Halloween.
I
Yeah,
understand.
it's
You have to
gone.
explain it to me.
Well, you explained it to me. Anyway, so David's pick. Anybody? Go ahead.
All right.
Take over.
So
bud.
I don't want to give you clues necessarily, but I want to give you my train of thought so I can bore you to death again.
Cool.
But essentially, when I was playing Eternal Darkness, which we did a video of a couple weeks ago,
we did.
I think it was 3 for 4 or 2 for 4 Smack certified.
In my heart, it was 4 or 4.
Yeah,
but
2 for
I
4,
think
but
it was
mainly a price point. But I digress a bit. That the part that bothered me the most, as I mentioned a couple times, is the intro. And I was just thinking, imagine if she was just a cop investigating her family's quote unquote murder.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that would get me more into that game rather
really-
than her being a civilian.
I'm really intrigued right now. I like what it's
So-
Starsky and Hutch, the game.
When I was thinking about cop murdered family,
Oh, I get it.
there's only one game that came to mind,
I got
and
it.
I had to pick it.
I got it. Can I guess it?
Yep.
You can guess it, and you know it's on Xbox.
We already know by his
It
intro.
has to be Max Payne.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Wait, I have it on Xbox. I only have it on
PlayStation 2.
You
No,
have the-
Xbox.
Sorry for the loud noise.
The
but
Max
it's, on
Payne.
Xbox, it is the Platinum Edition, I think.
Yep. That it is.
I know we have it on PS2. I didn't know we had it on Xbox. Oh,
Yeah,
you're right.
Xbox is the platinum one. That we have.
So Max Payne is definitely an older game, obviously compared to the last couple we've done with 2K5 and with Alien Isolation, but it's definitely one I want to get back into. I'm sure it looks
Is it backwards compatible?
terrible.
Don't think so.
I know the third one is.
Should be able to play it on the. You still have a 360?
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Should be able to play it
I
on that
love
one.
the little
Oh,
taglines
Xbox
and
and
stuff
everything.
they used to
No, I
do
know
on
the
some
third
of
one's backwards compatible. I just didn't know
Yeah.
what that one was.
Yeah. So one thing I remember about Max Payne, and I know Jared's gonna know, is there's one guy,
Rico Morty.
Rico Muerte,
I don't know.
who's just like that guy's a legend. And then I also like the fact that look at these studios, Remedy and Rockstar.
Yeah, Rockstar.
Wow, some heavy hitters.
But it also it's a little has dark aspects. So it's as we're ending Halloween, it definitely kind of
Oh,
So before
trickles out, but-
before we get into it, can I already ask you what the worst part of this game is?
oh,
to save it for later.
Okay.
Save it for
Good,
later.
but I know what you're thinking, right? You're
Yeah.
thinking, I'm thinking, and I
Is
know.
there a
What...
crying baby?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We'll leave it at
That was the dark aspect I was thinking. Yeah.
Oh man, that's a good choice.
Man, I haven't played this in a long time.
You know what? I'm
Like,
excited to play that over anything besides Universal Studios.
I almost picked the second one because I didn't think we'd be able to play that, but I had to go for the first.
That's a great pick.
I actually didn't own it, so now it should be there when I get home. So
Nice.
Oh, you
Yeah.
ordered it?
Sweet.
yeah.
Oh, nice. What'd you get it for?
That's next week.
Yeah, find out next week.
I'm so excited. I got to know these
I
things.
feel like
man.
he's trying to take us back to the past here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
I know what you're doing. Yeah, dickhead.
All right, well I guess that's
Yeah.
gonna. You just want me to? Jared ended.
I
You
think
want
Jared should.
Yeah,
end
Jared
it.
go
No,
ahead.
I think
Luigi should end
I
it.
think you
Luigi.
opened it. You should close it.
Actually,
I didn't open.
I
Yeah,
think I'm supposed
with
to
the mask
close it,
on, though.
I
but
don't pay attention apparently.
I think I want to hear Mario close it out.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I
How,
think we agree.
what do you want Mario to say?
Just
Hi, bye bye.
Isolation.
I got the nothing else.
So
You just sound like a
Alien
junior.
Isolation got 4 to 4 Smack certified, so we definitely believe that is based on today's price point. It is something you want to buy and play. For me, all the way through, even a couple hours, definitely worth a buy. Other than that, thank you for watching. You guys have a great day.
Sup, dudes? If you like what you saw, hit the like, subscribe, and click that bell notification so that way you are alerted when a new video is uploaded. Thanks for watching.
You see, I got into trouble. My ship, there was an accident, sweetheart, and we found an alien creature. It was very dangerous. And the only way we could stop it was to destroy the ship. I'm okay. I'm stuck on this lifeboat, long way out. But we had to destroy the ship. We had to destroy the Nostromo. We just couldn't risk bringing that thing home with us. I needed to protect you. Don't worry. Don't worry about me. I'm sure I'll see you very soon. I love you, sweetheart.